great time for basketball. The competition ramps up. It's always fun.
It's been 5. Playing games, it's been played a game 82 to just have a chance to punch your ticket. How have you used the time that you guys were able to earn?
Need to work on my body, keep my mind fresh, and focus on the opponent at hand.
There was it looked like a little bit of a tweak in the game against Houston. Are you good?
I'm available tomorrow.
More of a fun question. There's been times throughout the season that guys talk about shooting at you, and I just want to know how you kind of got, like how they earned that, and how you remember all of it.
No, it's not an earned thing. I mean, it just kind of happens. I have no idea how I remember the majority of them, if not all of them. I have no idea, but it's definitely a chemistry thing that I started a long time ago with my teammates, and been blessed enough to be able to have the mind to be able to remember them all. Even with former teammates, that's not my teammates anymore. Everything. The playoffs demand everything from you mentally. I mean, obviously, the physical toll that it's going to take because the games ramp up, the intensity ramps up, the physicality ramps up. The referees in the league allow us to play more physical, in the postseason, so your body takes a toll. But mentally, being able to have that mind, sharp throughout the course of a series, no matter if it's good or going bad, you always got to try to stay even keeled throughout the course of a postseason in each series if you're able to advance. So. Absolutely.
Ron, I think since Julius Randle got back, I think we're 16-4. What have you seen that they're doing well since he's come back?
Everything. Very, very, good team and super well coached.
Lebron James the other day. It seemed like he was bad Were you encouraged from how you got the team down the floor? How important is that going to be?
You got to be able to defend. You got to be able to get stops, in the postseason. And we have a system that we've been working on, throughout the whole course of the season. And then, it's up to us to go out there and execute that. I think Coach and the staff, they put us in position to give us the best game plan they believe that gets us a victory. And it's up to us to go out and execute that.
I know that if you're in the playoffs, you feel like you've got a chance. But what does it particularly mean for you after 22 years, 40 on this planet, to have this sort of opportunity with this group as the 3 seed? I guess how energizing is that for you?
I mean, it's a blessing. I don't take it for granted to be able to play in the postseason at my age and how many years I've played in this game. So to be a one of 16 teams, to go in with this team and know what we're capable of, all you can do is ask for is a chance to be able to compete at the highest level and be able to compete for the ultimate thing, and that's the Larry O'Brien Trophy. So, you just don't take it for granted.
You know what championship teams are made of. Are there the ingredients in this room to be a championship team? Do you believe?
Yeah. Of course.
After the Houston win, both Austin and Lucas said, "Hey, we're about winning championships." As a man who's won several, what do you like about this team going into the postseason?
Well, I mean, obviously, you want to be healthy going into a postseason run. That's most important. And then you want to be able to be playing at a high level, for the majority of the season. And being in must-win games, going down the stretch, playoff type intensity games, and we had that. So. But at the end of the day, I mean, so I can talk as much as you guys want me to talk, but the game is won in between the 4 lines. I don't give a damn how much you know about a team, how much they know about you, all the talking. It's not about that. It's about once you get on the floor, the game is won in between the 4 lines. So you get a game plan, you go out and execute it. They're going to try to stop our game plan, vice versa. That's what it comes down to.
You got to experience the championship with Anthony Edwards this summer. What did you learn about him?
Anna's amazing. Unbelievable basketball junkie. Loves to play the game of basketball. Great kid. And all the success he's gotten so far throughout his young career has been It's been awesome to see. He's put the work in.
Dave McMenamin.
21 games so far between you and Luka. What layers have you been able to find offensively compared to the initial chemistry you built?
Offensively, give Luka the ball, and if we stay ready, we never got to get ready. All right, appreciate it.
Thanks, man.
What's your main responsibilities against Rudy Gobert?
Shoot, box him out, force overs, get him switched on to guys, set good screens. I mean, he's not my main focus. I mean, obviously, he's my main matchup, but my main focus is getting guys like Luka and them open, just rebounding, crashing hard, just out-competing them, and that's just my goal.
How do you feel about, your corner three reads with your passing to the short rolls, and how that's going to be big in this series too as well, and how you feel like you blossom with that?
You read my corner threes?
No, I'm talking about your passing.
Oh, my passing. I'm about to say, shoot, this ain't the time I'm going to start shooting corner threes out of nowhere, but no, yeah. I feel like I've always been able to pass. I mean, I played football growing up. I played guard growing up. I wasn't always as tall, so, like, I grew up playing PG. I grew up playing shooting guard. Like, I was short. Like, I wasn't a tall kid, so, like, I knew how to pass. And so, like, I feel like it's just playing slow and reading the game. Not speeding myself up. That's the problem I come into a lot of the times, just because I see a little bit of lane, I think I can take off, and then next thing you know, dude's sliding over, I'm getting charged. So it's just playing a little bit slower, and I feel like it's just part of the progression of playing in the pocket.
You felt like being with Luka has helped you in terms of that? Because I saw even with Lively was starting to make those corner three reads too, and I've seen it happen with you a lot more. You made a big play like a few games ago to Austin to win that game like a couple months ago. But can you talk about that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like it's definitely helped Luka a lot, because, I mean, everyone is expecting me on the road now, so it's like there's going to be low men, and I'm not going to have a free run at the hoop every time. So, like, I know I got to be looking out for low men, so I feel like it's definitely helped me a ton and just helped me progress my game. Also, watching, like, passes like that, I mean, it just makes you want to pass the ball more, so.
Jackson, with all the growth that you've done this season, what's your expectations on what your impact will be for this series?
Shoot, my expectations is just impact winning. I know the energy I can bring, and I know the type of competitiveness I can bring. So, I mean, that's just my goal. Really is just impact winning as much as I can.
How conscious are you of avoiding foul trouble?
Very. Obviously, that's a big thing I struggle with. I mean, people tend to watch certain guys when they're out there, and so I know I'm gonna get a lot of foul calls, and I know if I'm in the wrong place at the wrong time, I'm gonna get that call. So I got to make sure I'm in the right place. And
You'll watch.
Everyone's watched out there. I mean, if you look at anybody out there, it's hard not to get fouled out there, especially against certain type of players. So, I mean, I just got to make sure I'm in the right spots at the right times and don't have my hands in reaching and stuff.
Jackson, I think it was last January that you made a big gain in terms of the not fouling, and then your minutes seemed to coincide something with that. Do you remember anything specifically that clicked in a certain way of, all right, this is working and it's leading to more minutes?
Yeah, it's just really showing your hands. That's like a huge thing. And I felt last year I was more in drops and like under the rim, so that was my thing was coming down when guys were driving into me, and that's how I kept getting a lot of fouls last year. So now it's just working on my verticality. And then another part of not fouling for me is my illegal screens, so making sure I'm not wide or have my hands in a bad place on defense, reaching in, trying to get like a quick steal when we're playing against like a guy like SGA who we know is going to come up and do that. So like it's just little things like that. Like it's just being very conscious of that type of stuff.
How big is that going to be?
Extremely. I mean, Ant's probably one of the most dynamic players in the league right now, most athletic guards in the league by far. And so I mean, you know he's going to get the foul call. He's driving hard to the rim, so I just got to make sure I'm in the right position not to give him any freebies.
How much does your screening, you mentioned to Dave's answer, forcing overs, how much has that been emphasized in terms of your game prep, and how much more difficult is that when you're going against a Minnesota team that has such physical defenders like Ant, just like down the
Nah stinks. I'm not a fan of
Nick Alexander.
I know who you're talking about. I got drafted with Nikhil, so he's not that tough of a defender really. But everyone, you go against guys like Ant, who's locked in on the ball, J-Mac. Guys like that, Nikhil's, his game's developed insanely on the defensive end from when we got drafted together. But like, I mean, that's a huge part. I mean, that's if I don't get Luka open, I don't force it over. Then I mean, if I don't get Bron open or AR open, like that's our offense, and we get into bad offense. And so, I mean, that's a huge impact for me and affecting the game. It's just making sure I get those guys off of them. So.
Jackson, obviously, Luka's on your team now, so you don't deal with this in the moment, but he loves to call bigs up, right?
Yeah.
Did you just think about as a big growing up that would be a part of the game now? It's so active where you're taught to kind of defend at the rim, but now you got to get out on an island with one of the most creative guys in the league, and the difficulty of that.
Yeah, I mean, that's always. I mean, I felt like that's always been part of the game, at least a little bit for me. I mean, like I said, I wasn't tall growing up. I was not tall. I hit a late growth spurt my junior year of high school, so I played guard. But I did not. I mean, I didn't think that's what the game would turn into. But I mean, that's what it is now. You got, I mean, great ball maker or ball maker. What's the word I'm looking for? Playmakers with the ball. Sorry. You got great playmakers with the ball, and so I mean, like when you get a mismatch like that, you want to take full advantage of it. So I mean, that's definitely got to be a big part of the series.
Feel that Laker energy, that I grew up watching, watching them in the playoffs. I'm excited to see how, the energy that's going to be in the building.
JJ challenged you guys a couple weeks ago to kind of shift into playoff mode already. Did you feel like that helped you get through the end of the regular season and make this week a chance to kind of stay in that locked in mentally, even if you're not playing the game?
For sure. Coach did a good job of, getting us ready, like you said, but just the details. It was more about the details, paying attention to, what we're trying to get done offensively and defensively, and that what can give you the win in the playoffs. Each game different. Everybody gonna, play a game and, make some adjustments, and that's the details, like I said. So we started probably 2 weeks ago. Our captains, double down on it. Bron and Luka, so everybody followed.
Do you have any playoff superstitions or anything that you do away from the court that's different than you would do during the regular season?
Hell no. And I try to probably listen to more slow music because I'll be a little bit too hyped.
What are some of the artists?
Anita Baker. I like to go older. Depends on the vibes. Anita Baker. Carl Thomas, Little Summer Rain, Encore from Shirley. My playlist, I'm nice with it. I'm nice with it.
You just mentioned feeling that Laker energy in the playoffs. What do you expect to be different about it or specific about it?
I know, the playoffs are different, obviously, but just every possession matters when you're playing in the playoffs. And now, our fans are always engaged, so I can only imagine how it's going to be in the playoffs. And just talking to AR and Vando, they talk about their run they made and how it was lit in the building. So I just want to see for myself.
You said that you have to double down on this stuff. So what do you mean? What that looks like?
Bron and Luka just telling us how important those games was. We need to have a playoff approach, and that's every possession matters. Can't have those limbo possessions where we barely getting back on defense. All them possessions matter, especially when you're trying to do something special.
How important is it for that kind of local leadership? And then also, how have you felt the energy kind of intensifying, ramping up as you guys kind of count down the days to kind of been locked in?
Yeah, just been locked in. Focusing on their player personnel, what they want to do. They got a great team. They've been playing real good the last. I think Coach said it was 21-4 and something like that, finishing the season. So they probably one of the best teams, end of the year. So, it's going to be a tough battle, and we're excited.
You've seen a certain amount of increase in you doing the kind of the court screen action with Luka. Do you remember doing a decent amount of that in Dallas, or has it been something that was been intentional with certain sets here?
Whenever I had the opportunity, I would do it in Dallas, but it's usually with big men who in drops. And usually they're not in drops. I'm popping when they're in drops. So I was able to get a couple Gortat screens because they was a man-to-man. He drove my direction, and I just, the basketball instinct just kicked in and tried to get my guy an easy layup. So, it's available for, when the floor is spaced the right way. It's available, but it's a wrinkle you put in for drop coverage.
Minnesota does do.
They do a little bit of both because they got Rudy back there. You know, he's big as hell, so keeping them close to the rim is an advantage.
How is it with, Bron when he manipulates the game? This situation where, like, I remember there's a play, good one, and he told you and good one to interchange, and then you get a switch, and he finds a deep corner three. How has it been for you in terms of difference between him and Luke?
Man, it just he know. It seems like he know what's going to happen before it happens. You know, and it's been certain timeouts where coach will say a play, he say I'm gonna go back door, the lob gonna be open, and most of the times the lobs be open, or he'll tell me he'll be open for the slip, and he definitely be open for the slip. So you want to do what he say, because sometimes I may benefit from it and get a wide open corner three like you say. So just have somebody who can be another coach on the court, alongside with Luka, who I've been on the court with for a while. It's amazing. Sometimes in the game, they quarterbacking. They're not even talking to JJ. They just getting us in sets and getting us in the right spots on the court. So it's been amazing playing with them too.